Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Want to thank you for being here. Livingston man, push the buttons.
Livingston, roll that beautiful beam footage.
We all gonna die. We all gonna die. We all gonna die. It's a we all gonna die Wednesday.
Boom, just like that. We all gonna die Wednesday. How's everybody doing tonight? Teresa Buchanan, Scott Hummer, Grit and Grace, the farming florist, Coffee First and Speak, Rob B, Henry Stitcher, Billy in the house, Half-Ass Ready, what's good, my brother, CUCV Farmer, Katrinka LOL, Southern Tier Preppers in the house. Good to see everybody tonight. Hope everybody is doing well on this We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Eric M1RV, our #1 sponsor here at Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. It goes without saying. Anne-Marie, good to see you. Long time no see. Hope all is well. Ghost Lincoln's in the house. What up? Hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, we got some weather on the way. You guys might have some weather on or currently ongoing in your area. Looks like it's going to be a mixed bag of shit, Livingston, man. We're looking at snow, sleet, freezing rain, hail, tornadoes, cats, dogs.
I lost a lot of faith in the meteorologists after that last fiasco there.
Betty Lou, good to see you.
They was like, "You gonna get it?" And I was like, "Damn!" Then I didn't really get it, man. I was like, "I don't want to cry wolf here." But,
Southern Tier Prepper, yeah,
they
Eric
shouldn't
totally
either.
could. He totally could claim us on his taxes this year. Henry Stitcher, good to see you, brother. East Tennessee Preparedness, good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in at work. We really appreciate it. You look incredibly coordinated, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Well, thank you. The hat matches the
to the
logo
nines.
pretty good.
I was gonna change my shirt and forgot to. I'm like, well, I'm off the job site.
Strategic ETC, thank you very much, man. It's the new abbreviated logo. These are available now at Teespring, but I got to be honest with you, Teespring has really been sucking it up, guys. I ordered some shirts for the Livingston man and Mrs. Livingston, and I ordered some to give away, and I've been waiting for them for like 8 weeks now. I ordered some mugs and some cups and things like that. They came like, they came like, boom, right away,
They need
right?
some self-care.
Right away they came, and now I'm just, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with them. They're kind of on my last nerve, because if it's taken them this long just to get me my stuff, how long has it taken you guys to get your stuff? And that's not cool. So I don't really know what to do. I don't know where else to turn that does print on demand kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Actually,
I've gone to a lot.
I'm gonna keep them going. I'm gonna step off for a second.
Okay, all right. But I don't, guys. I don't know. I don't know where to turn to get the quality products that I want to be able to offer to you guys. The Teespring, the quality of these is phenomenal. You can ask Vision Preparedness. It's Kim Miller. Thank you so much for stopping in. Really appreciate you being here. I don't know how to or what companies there are out there that are alternatives to this. I've Googled it and I've seen a couple different places, but I don't know the kind of garments that they use. I don't know their printing style. Grit and Grace says try Etsy. Rabid Coyote, good to see you. Modern Refugee in the house. What's up, my brother? But it really turns me off when you spend your money and you expect to get a product that you paid for, and it's taken, in some cases, 8, 10, 12 weeks to get these things. That's just unacceptable in in my mind, you know. Did I try Ghost Designs Coffee First? No, I haven't. Pilgrim, good to see you, brother.
Okay.
Jules, how are you?
Now it's official, right?
There you are. Right. I pet cats and I know things. I
Play
I know
guitars
that.
and I know things, and really sums it up.
It's true. It's true. Southern Tier Prepper says Upstate Merch here does great work. It's very hard to find people that do quality work, take pride in their work. You know, I really like this shirt, but I feel this guy is a little rubbery. Honestly,
Wow.
Charles
sounds
Oswald.
it sounds sticky.
It is. It's kind of rubbery. It almost looks like an iron-on kind of thing. Just a little odd to me. But
Strategic ETC has redacted himself. Off to a good start.
Yank that message right
Off to a
back
good
out.
start. You know what?
But I'm looking. He says, Livingston, I know your CPR is expired.
And so are all the people I tried to perform it on.
That'll do it. That'll do it. So, hey, I know a guy. You know, Strategic ETC.
Good eating.
He can get you certified.
I said I promised
in
myself no
CPR
cannibalism.
first
Don't get
aid.
me hungry. All right, let's cut it out.
Yeah, Livingston man's not allowed to eat people.
What are you
tonight.
talking about?
Just that we have a medical class coming up.
No, before that, when I went to change my shirt.
Oh, what was I talking about? I was talking about how Teespring they've been screwing me over, taking, 12, 16, 18 weeks to send me products that I paid for.
Wow.
And if they're doing that to me, I know they're doing that to the folks who are coming to get HVPAS merch. And it's not very fair. And
I'm not coming out for them on this, but this is what happens when a company like this blows up quick. You're just a small company, and you go ahead and like invest in
good idea, half-ass
promoting
ready. Thank
yourself
you.
online, and then what happens is you're just a small person like that can do some things, and didn't expect 26
Greg
million
Grace.
people to order your product. These startup online things, they can get you like that.
Yeah, I mean, initially, everything was great. We've gotten everything from the backdrops that we used to use. The Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival ones come from them. Mugs and T-shirts and water bottles. I mean, all kinds of awesome stuff.
This is Livingston's putting butcher paper on my latest CPR fuck up.
Is that what the noise is?
Yeah,
It's
if you guys can hear that.
It's perfect.
Wrap them up. We do a pro here.
But it's a bummer to me that these guys can't really hold up their end of the bargain. And Strategic ETC, I have used Vistaprint. I actually had a couple Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival prototype backpacks made. Right? So, Ghost, if you can start laser engraving shirts, you let me know. Once you can do that.
Let's burn them with a torch.
To get the little old wood burning kit.
Remember those? You used to let kids play with them.
Yeah. Just plug this
one.
into the socket.
That's how I learned. Oh,
burn
fire,
your house down.
Fire
kid.
hot. It's just a soldering iron for wood.
It really
Here,
is.
kid.
Yeah, they were
Go
a
burn the
blast.
house down.
They
Make
were a
sure you leave
blast.
it plugged in.
Yeah, I remember wood burning tools. Those are fun, especially if you got like the cool one with all the different tips. You had like little circles so you could burn stuff in.
I hate to glitch out here, but I gotta see something. I just gotta
Modern
see
Refugee says that's why I've never done that stuff. That's right, man. What did you do? Oh
something.
no.
We're gonna glitch. You're gonna live through it.
Oh, there it was. I saw the glitch.
I knew we looked like shit. Now we look better, right? All of a sudden. Yeah. Stupid cameras.
They ran an ad, huh? Right on, Canadian. Yeah, maybe they'll actually pay us more than 16 cents for this live stream. That's our typical revenue. I had a really good conversation today with my buddy Prepper Now. And we're going to be getting together soon to do a little bit of a collaboration here.
Is that cartoon head that talks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real smart guy.
I've seen him
he's
once.
an educator. We've done
I've
a few
seen him
different
once.
videos.
I think he might be a Livingston, a quote.
A Livingston man.
Yeah,
Anthony Crouch. Good to see you.
I
brother.
seen him once. We crossed paths before, like in a shady situation with unsavory
You might have
characters.
actually
He was
played
there.
music with him too. He's quite the accomplished musician as well. Very smart guy. I really appreciate his opinion because much like you, he's not afraid to challenge something and go back to the source material and find out as much of the truth as you can find before you go forward with it. And I love our chats together when we collaborate on things. In the past, we've made some things happen. I don't know if it was the word of it happening that made it happen, but do you remember when we pulled off Operation Pocketbook Livingston, man? That was something that Prepper Now and I collaborated on a while back, and we had encouraged people just to log out of social media for a whole day, right? Just leave 24 hours, hit them in the pocketbook, no ad revenue for these guys that day, because that's how they make their money. Every time you scroll by something and you see an ad, they make money from it. Every time you watch a video and they pump an ad in front of you, they make money from it. So our goal was to hit them in their proverbial pocketbook one time, one day, and we picked a day. We picked a day, and we went with it. I think it was Halloween.
Yeah,
it was Halloween.
Picked
the perfect day. And what had happened
was hard to resist.
There was something that happened that evening, and everybody was magically logged out of their accounts across a lot of social media, both Facebook and Instagram and all these different places. People got logged out overnight. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what happened, but I know it was I know it was pretty freaking cool.
We said we can do this the easy way. We can do this the hard way. And y'all wanted to post your stupid pictures of your kids in their little gremlin outfits.
It worked, man. I tell you what, like 50-something million people were logged out and turned out, and it it was incredible.
Want to see me do it again?
I don't know how it happened, but I was pretty ecstatic with the results. And you know, when Prepper Now and we get together, we tend to have great discussions, and I'm really looking forward to having one with him because, you know, there's a lot of things coming to light right now.
I appreciate his psychology degree. You seem to have this pattern of putting me up against people who have like psychology degrees.
Oh, well, that's prepping with
they
Sarge.
They leave the conversation.
Prepper Now is
they need therapy after they.
He's a history teacher.
I love that too because
he's a history teacher.
I love that.
Prepping Mantis, good to see you. Weather warning: 16 inches of snow overnight. Supposed to hit. Canadian, I'm sorry. Gypsy, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by tonight.
Prepping Mantis is here as well.
That's right.
Hello, everybody. I feel like Aunt Bethany on these fucking live streams sometimes. Like, hello, everybody should say hello,
Casey, good
everybody.
to see you, sister.
You should say it.
Well, it's the family, bro. It's the family. Irishman
hello,
in the house.
Hello, everybody.
But I hope you guys are still keeping your nose to the grindstone. I hope you're still putting preps away. I hope you're still cycling through your stuff, checking through your gear. It's super important, man. Super, super important to check your gear on the regular. You see, Canadian, he's at it. The Jenny is prepped and ready. Snowblower has gas. Got to do it, man.
All right, now I understand. Now, I haven't read his comment twice. Now I understand he means generator. Because at first I thought he was referring to Genesee.
On the cream ale.
Yeah, Jenny cream ale. I was like, okay, he's a Canadian, all right, isn't
That's
he?
how it's done.
You know what Genesee means? It's an old Iroquois word for we piss in that river.
Katrinka says, hey, yo, everybody. Right. Devil Dog, what's up, brother? Good to see you. KP was making a fire starter bag. Right on, bro. That's the way to do it, man. Make your kits. There's no wrong way to do it, honestly.
You get pulled over and get accused of being an arsonist.
Grateful Preps, good to see you, sister.
You can't beat the charges. Bro.
That's how I do it. I try to compartmentalize my bags. Well, you've seen my bags when I tear them apart. Everything has there's a bag inside a bag inside a bag. I tend to do it that way. That way, I try to keep everything together. You know, for the most part.
I can dig it.
I've got for the hammocks, I got like a cordage bag and a tent stake bag. And, those kind of go hand in hand. Unfortunately, I'm not very good with knots, so I end up bringing a pocket knife with that bag to cut myself free when I got to break everything down.
Of scissors.
Yeah, that's something that I need to work on. Not one of my strong suits, tying knots. Sister Marie, good to see you.
You can know all the knots. I mean, the more you know, the better. Like, but whatever.
For sure.
Honestly,
it saves your cordage.
The ones that save like your butt are like there's like 3 of them.
Surplus Pro, good to see you.
3 of them essential, and like push that with like 2 bonus, call it 5, and that's really only the ones everybody likes to. When you start learning knots, everybody wants to learn the hardest ones possible, and they're like, oh, look at this, I tied an alpine butterfly. It's like, yeah, but You don't
Good to see you, Patty,
really,
yes.
you're never really going to need that. That's awesome that you know how to do that, but more practical is like hitches and things where you got to tie stuff down and tighten
Yeah,
things up.
yeah.
Even just tugging out a rain fly, this sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And that relies on like 3 of them, and they're all easy. Tying your shoes is harder than some of these camping knots.
Modern Refugee says, get a figure 9 carabiner, Hudson. They replace a bunch of knots. I actually do have a bunch of those, bro. I love them. And the other ones that I really like are the can jams. They have them. They have a built-in tensioner in them. So when you pull pressure on them, they kind of hold. So you just need to tie a loop around the tree, and then you can pull a ridge line really
squeeze
easy.
It shut, the little cam locks on it.
Yeah.
Those work.
They're awesome.
Those work.
They're awesome. But I did want to get to the Prepared Irishman's question that I pinned here in the comments so everybody could see it, is what tools do you put in your bug out bag? Right. This is important because there's 2 mindsets to this. Some people will carry no tools whatsoever, like 0, Livingston man, nothing. Right, no tools. Maybe they got a pocket knife.
And your
a
EDC comes into
right?
effect here. Let's assume like, all right, so you bug out bag, but you already got the shit in your pockets. Depending on the life you lead, like I'm a Mr. Fix-It handyman guy. I got shit in my pockets that's like better than half y'all got in some of your little EDC kits in general. I got a Leatherman, a knife, fucking a lighter, a flashlight, a 5-in-1 scraper. This is possibly
5-in-1 scraper.
Possibly I got a ratcheting screwdriver. Everybody sometimes people shit on like tools in the apocalypse, right? But
they're so important, man.
My argument for this is then who's going to rebuild everything or even just fix anything? So there's, let's talk EDC here in terms of put tools in your bug out bag. You need like one of those Klein multi, like the 11-in-1 screwdrivers.
Okay.
You got enough bits to get you by, like whatever the screw or bullshit's in your way, you got that. And it's got the nut drivers and whatnot in it. One tool got like 11 different fittings and shit in it.
Multiple use.
You need a flashlight. And
for sure,
we
a good
know
one.
that you kind of need like 3 of them.
Well, you need a headlamp.
You
I
need
would
a
say you need a headlamp so you get your
and
hands
a big
free.
one. You need a headlamp, little one, big one.
Sometimes your headlamp can double as your little one.
Nobody cares how many different colors it is. Can you see what you're doing? I would put. All right, so I can take out screw. Anything can be a hammer, but you probably already have something akin to one, either whether the back end of a hatchet or maybe you have a lump hammer or something in your kit.
CJ, good to see you.
You need a hammer and some kind of saw, preferably one that's like a little bit durable. You could a very all-purpose type of thing.
Roman Prepper, good to see you, brother.
Don't come out with one of these like Japanese, like those flexible like finishing saws and shit.
I use one of those.
Cool. You're gonna saw through the side of the house with it?
I could.
I'm coming in. Not with that.
I could. No, but I get what you're saying. You want something that's a little bit more durable. I totally get it. Totally get it.
All purpose. In any case with all your, SHTF, BOB stuff, you want it, if possible, to be multi-use. You kind of don't want 36 different tools. You kind of want one that can do a whole bunch of shit because you're not towing the toolbox around.
No. I have a small kit that I transfer to the bug out bag, but I usually keep it in my truck. I've got the Ram boxes on the side of my truck, so I keep a few extra tools in there.
Big old pry bar, get you one. I have this Spec Ops brand one.
Oh yeah, those things are kick ass.
It's
man.
It's like a 36-inch pry bar. This thing's unstoppable, and it's like a Halligan tool at the
it's serious.
I have that thing when that wall in front of me needs to go or whatever. I pull this thing out and I get the job done. Heavy, yes, but with the means to transport tools, you also have the option of being able to pick which ones you would put in this. But a Mr. Fix-It type of person is going to be useful in the SHTF. I'm sure of it.
Absolutely. Modern Refugee says, I do like my Essies. Yeah, they make really good knives. Those are something that you can abuse for quite some time. You can use them to baton wood. There's a lot.
Love that. Yeah, adjustable wrench. Thank you. Also, the chainsaw
that's
wrench.
Something that's in my little toolkit. Some of the odd things that I put in that toolkit are aluminum foil. I keep a good wad of aluminum foil. I do keep matches in there. Chapstick. Keep chapstick in there. I keep a small pry bar. screwdrivers of varying sizes, and like you said, the adjustable one. So I have a set of different bits, some of the safety bits, because a lot of things have
I went to Harbor Freight. I got them.
safety screws and stuff.
Yo, I can take the fucking screws out, like the
bathroom
restroom
stalls. Yeah,
I can. You think that wall is gonna stop me? I got the bits, dude.
yeah. There's a lot of
Harbor Freight security
lot
bits.
of great tools that you should carry with you. But the thing is,
do you really need to get into that vending machine?
there's a
Freight.
lot of weight. There's a lot of weight when it comes to the tools. So the more you can maximize multiple use things, that big pry bar is great if I can take the truck and I can put it in the ram box. If I got to put it on my bag, somebody's going to have to take something else so that I can carry that.
It's totally a melee weapon as well. I mean, you're not stopping that thing.
No. It's definitely a keep people away thing. But I think the more multi-purpose an item is, the less useful it is at each individual task. In some cases, not everything is that way. Multi-tools are a good example of something that does everything okay.
Right, but it's not specialized to any one thing.
It's
but
not the best screwdriver, but it can tighten a screw. It's not the best can opener, but it can open a can. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a useful tool in a sticky situation.
Depends on wildly on what your intentions are, how you're going to get by. But it's a great question.
That's awesome, Tony.
I have
solar tools, right on.
If you're a tradesperson at all, you probably have like a whole bunch of tools, and and the idea being that we're kind of going to need those too. Maybe like prep for like their inclusion, especially if you have to leave.
Oh yeah.
Whereas if you're going to stay at home or whatever and eventually come together and build a community, you guys got it on lock like that already. You live in a neighborhood, okay. But people are going to need, just because now you can't call JSP and have them come fix your plumbing or whatever's the issue now. Like that skill is going to be in high demand because somebody's going to have to do it. And if you left all your tools back home in the flood, you ain't doing it. And another thing, if you're a tradesperson who knows how to do the work, but maybe you work for an employer and you don't own your own tools, then you don't even own your own knowledge. You can't practice it. Get your own tools. It's called investing in yourself, and take the knowledge, get yourself the tools to do it. So if something goes south, you can still support yourself with the knowledge that you were given. But you can't do it without the tools. And I mean this like people like, oh, I'm a machinist in a factory. I'm like, yeah, but do you own the machine? Is that in your garage?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
And it's with no shade. I don't mean to sound like with disrespect, but it's if you don't own the means of your own production, this is communist, okay, by the way. But if you don't own the means of your own production, then you kind of can't help out because you know how to run the machine, but you don't have one.
Yeah, but I think somebody who's
imagine it's like me saying like, oh, I'm great at the guitar, but I don't own one.
It's true. I only played it in high school. I was an all-state guitar player.
I play other people's.
Then I quit.
I only play other people's guitars.
Well, I totally get what
With
you're
no
saying.
shade, I hope you guys know what I mean by that.
No, but I think most people who are in a trade definitely have some of their own tools, unless it's something you're first starting out in, or like you said, somebody who's a machinist who can operate the CNC machine, but doesn't have the $246,000 it costs to buy the CNC machine.
Obviously, but you know what you do have is that key card that lets you into the shop floor that has that, and we're gonna we'll make deals about it. And this is the stuff you gotta. It's called I don't know if it's really so much embezzlement or corruption. It's more like it's doing a side gig here.
I think the solar generators pair really well with your cordless tools. And those are a valuable piece of gear to have. You got mad
batteries for those things. You can start getting creative and make like electrical systems out of these things. If you have 10, 20 volt batteries, you got 120 volts.
Yeah. You might not necessarily be able to link them all together and use the juice in them, but if you have something that's at least capable to charge those, that you can plug into and charge those batteries, even if it was a small, like the 600 watt. They have little solar generators, man. You don't need a lot.
So they got this thing. You plug the 260 volt DeWalt batteries into it, and it becomes a 120 volt inverter.
Yeah, I've seen those, man. I've seen those.
And
Old
it's
Mutt. What's happening,
and
brother?
now this would be his forte right here.
Oh, yeah.
Alan loves this conversation.
This will actually be the whole solar setup will be a class that will be given by Old Mutt and Vision Preparedness at the Vision Preparedness Bug Out Weekend. So not only are you going to get some quality medical training at the Vision Preparedness Bug Out Weekend, you're also going to get the solar class. And I know Mad Shad has talked about underwater basket weaving. Really looking forward to that one.
I got like a gold star in underwater basket weaving in the Boy Scouts. Tell you what. Yeah, Prepared Irishman is the guy. He shows up in like
dude.
bushcraft stuff. He built himself a little house and a freaking bench and a chair and all this stuff.
There's probably still a
He built it good too.
a fireplace,
Oh, yeah.
a whole
Stacking stones. I said, "What the hell are you doing over here?"
He built himself a cottage.
Come
in
have
the
a
woods.
drink, Irish. Come on.
Yeah.
He was into it, bro.
Tony Smith. Yeah. That's from the ramblings of Mad Shad. So he says he's going to host underwater basket weaving in Ohio. So I'm all about it, bro. I'm bringing the snorkel and the swimmies and the flip flops, the whole 9 yards.
Sounds like a snipe hunt to me. Like,
I'm all about it.
see if we can get this fucking noob to try to do this. That's what it sounds like.
PAEMT says, I got my first battery unit several days ago, however, still needing a solar panel for it. PAEMT, the best advice I can offer you is make sure you know the maximum input wattage for your unit via solar power, because they vary a lot. So make sure you pair it well, and if you can get that maximum number in there, you're going to charge that much faster. Devil Dog says, how many people you bring into VP's? How many people did I bring to VP's first bug out weekend? I'm not sure. I don't remember how many people it was exactly, but I know we rolled there in a
folks. Yeah, you had a convoy.
Four-man convoy. Old Mutt wasn't far behind us.
I believe you did.
XMYC came as well. He's another New Yorker representing out there. Camp New York was strong.
Jay Christ came with you. So I'm calling him from now on.
Crispy, Mr.
I'm
Christmas.
call him Jay Christ from now on. Every time I try to type his name in my phone, it says Christmas. So
Johnny says there's no kind of groups in my area. Johnny, start one. That's right. Strategic ETC, we are totally doing a 2025 convoy to Ohio. We're going to try and link up somewhere along the way. I know we got folks coming from the north. We got folks coming from the south. We got folks coming from the Hudson Valley.
I'm going to fly a hot air balloon just to preempt Trent and be like, I got you.
Devil Dog says, Livingston Man, you come into VP's Bug Out Weekend.
I thought you said he wasn't having one.
No, he's totally having one. I got dates and everything.
Oh.
Yeah. May 15th through the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
I'm utterly mistaken.
He will.
When?
He gets us 15th through the 18th.
Fucking hell. I'd be like deployed and shit, bro. I don't
Charter bus.
I don't have control over my own life schedule.
So I have thought about
orders come down. I gotta ship out. You know how
bus
it goes.
Out to Ohio.
Ooh, a short
right?
one, like not so long.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Just
it's
like a party bus, bro.
No, it's too big.
Yeah, for you, we'll get the one with the stripper pole in
I
it.
just need the wheelchair lift because I'm gonna get wrecked, bro. Just shovel my dead ass onto that shit. Take us
Eric,
to
we're
the next
partying
stop.
in Ohio your birthday weekend. That's where I'll be partying in Ohio. And by partying, I mean, hanging out with people, promoting preparedness and helping folks with whatever it is they need that weekend.
I seen your videos
I'm just
of that.
there to help
it was
out.
like I was like, damn, this is like some Narnia shit right here. He went
Yeah.
he walked through that the
Welcome to
wardrobe.
Narnia.
There was a lion, a witch.
Devil Dog says, I'll buy your beer, Livingston Man.
If I was wearing an ankle monitor, it would be beeping right now. Like,
Smoke and Swamp Outdoors. Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well.
it'd be like, take off your shoes. It'd be like, we'd both know that we don't want that. So the original topic, we're pushing it. I'll give it one more minute for all this messing around here, and then we're gonna get to the actual topic that we were gonna pause it to the group.
Well, I really like talking about tools in the bug out bag. You know what else I got in that little bag that I put in my bag with the tools in it? I carry one of those long extendable magnets because you're going to drop something someplace where you ain't going to be able to get at it. and you're going to need that in the
Get
worst way.
You can even get one of those ones where it's got the eye bolt on it. You can go trolling
Telling
in
you.
like ponds and creeks and stuff. You never know what you find. Motherfuckers be pulling machine guns out to Stockport Creek. Like, okay.
True.
And then they did this stupid shit. They called the cops. Okay, listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I fucking throw a magnet in the creek and the machine gun comes out. You know who I'm calling?
Not the cops.
Not the cops. Not the cops. Anybody but the cops. What's the opposite of the cops? That's who I'm calling. But instead, these gentlemen decided they were going to do it. But they saw a heavy magnet, could land you some, significant treasure, bro.
For sure. For
I
sure. I
make
wasn't even
that-
talking about a heavy magnet. This is just one of them little wand ones to pick up that 10 millimeter
Scale-
socket that you
scale
drop
up your
down
game.
into the
Imagine you
engine
throw it in
bay.
the Hudson River, what you're going to come out with? Come on.
Rob B says Fisker's folding saw. I actually carry the Silky Big Boy folding saw. I really like that one. It's a little more heavy duty. That's one I carry, but I do carry a little handle that you can put Sawzall blades in. I carry that in that little folding kit because you did say you wanted something a little more heavy duty. I mean, you have to do it by hand because.
Well, you want something that's not going to, either break bad, especially with a saw, especially a pull saw.
Yeah.
You don't want the fucking blade to get like a warp and a bend in it. It just makes them like pain to use. Something like this, tools, by their nature,
I try to Yardbirds. I try to carry the hardware store, man. It's heavy though.
your tools got to be tough. And so this is what I mean when I'm like, then stretch that weight and make sure your stuff can kind of do multiple things. Like you don't need the circular saw, the Sawzall, the jigsaw, this one, because the Sawzall do all that.
Yeah, for the most part.
And break stuff down at a Sawzall if we're going to go electric tools at all, and you got the solar generators and whatnot to keep the batteries running. A Sawzall with multiple different kinds of blades. And of course, we can't ignore like our gas-powered chainsaws, stuff like this.
Yeah.
A chainsaw is a thing you really should have if you're a homesteader at all.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Henry Stitcher.
When there's going to be a shit storm and you got to drive and you own a chainsaw, put that thing in the back.
Yeah, especially if
Bring it
you have a
with you.
truck where you can store the gas and the oil and everything.
Not only can you maybe just feel like helping out the kindness of your heart, listen, I have the means and the ability to help here, or it's like I have to get through
there. Yeah, I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation. It was a ride home from work. I had to get something and leave right away. And on my way home from work, a tree had fallen across the road. So I tried to go around the other way and to get home, and that way was blocked by wires down. So I turned back around and figured I could get through the tree quicker than I could get through the wires, because I can't touch the wires, but I could cut my way through the tree if I had to. And I knew some people that had lived right there where the tree had fallen. My plan was to stop there, talk to them, maybe get a ride back to my house where I could get my chainsaw, cut the tree out of my way, continue about my thing. There was no power lines or anything on the tree. It was just blocking the road. So indeed we did. I hitched a ride with somebody on the other side of the tree, got to my house, grabbed the chainsaw. We cut at least a 1.5 car wide section out of the road, and a bunch of guys got out and rolled it out of the way. You know, everybody's got places to go and things to do, and it's tough to do that when shit's in your way and help is hours away sometimes, especially when a big storm like that where they're scattered and they're everywhere. Susie Q was just asking about folks in Louisiana. I got to be honest with you, Susie Q, your champion has just stepped into the room. His name is KP Heathen. KP Heathen, meet Suze. She's looking for people down in your neck of the woods. See? Making connections. Love it. Winning.
Very interesting. Yeah, if you're the type that uses tools, if you're the type that's, well, in fact, never mind uses them, if you just own them, I think that I would vote that you should consider them in your preps and place like certain versions of it into your EDC and in your bug out bag and whatnot. Because stuff like that, like,
It happens.
you got to fix stuff or you got to get into some place, like, and rules are going to become dubious, and all of a sudden, like, like taking a padlock hasp off isn't going to be as illegal then as it is today, And, to put it into perspective, what I mean is, yes, indeed, you can throw yourself against the door and smash your way through and perhaps potentially injure yourself, make a lot of noise, get blasted as you do that.
Yeah.
Or you can quietly just, come on in. You can help everybody fix things. Your neighbor's shit is broken. You can help.
The roaming prepper says, do you remember the manual saws from old shop classes, the kind with the handle on the side to crank the bit? Oh, the drills.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually have some of those. I got a couple of the self drilling screwdrivers.
Liberty drill.
Yeah, where you just push them and the gears actually spin the head. Those
Got
things
one of them
are
too, man.
fantastic, man. If you can find any of those, that's something that I collect. Old tools, old hand saws, like big ones, something you could fell a tree with.
A carpenter's toolkit, let's call it 100 years ago, was this 3-ton set of things,
Yeah. CJ says a lock pick kit allegedly. I stress that a lot of people buy stuff, right? I got to get this.
You have to know how to use it.
Exactly.
And these are the dubious preps where you can't just be like, I'm going to go play with my stuff. It's like neighborhood burglarized. I don't know how to use it, bro.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're trying
true.
to show up and not
It's
know.
true.
You can see me with my lockpick still in the packaging, not me.
If you're going to carry around a lockpick set, you should probably carry around the bonding certificate that says you can legally carry those things, because in most places you're not supposed to have those things.
What do you mean I can't have a ski mask, gloves, rope, lock picks, chainsaws, hockey masks, plastic wrap? Whoa, I thought this was America.
Yeah, SOL radio operator says, learn lockpicking. It takes practice and a little coin to buy pro-level tools, but it's worth it in the long run. Quiet and no signs you were there.
Just in case anyone needs to hear this, it doesn't work like it does on television. Not just like,
not always.
Hacking either. Hacking really doesn't work like that.
That's a big thing.
Unless, there's a really good chance your congressman's password to his entire shit is password. So you could try it. I don't know how, but I mean...
The Rabid Coyote says correct. He says they're considered burglary tools if you're not certified. So you got to be careful with those things, man. There's a fine line between having something and not knowing the laws and having something, and then getting yourself in hot water when you really didn't mean to.
I'm not picking the lock. See, I'm removing the doorknob. See, a screwdriver is not a burglary tool yet. If this was the United Kingdom, they're mad. They're like, oh, you got a license for
Miko
that
Wolf,
butter
that's
knife?
awesome.
You got a license for that butter knife, mate? If you don't,
My friends used to say I carry a murder kit, and we would argue back and forth. Yeah, it's not, one person's preparedness is another person's hoarding.
Silcock key is a great idea too. And another thing is that you can get this thing. I don't know who needs to know this either, but I'm going to tell you. What you can do, you get this T-shaped wrench. And it's got this bit.
And what you curb key.
Yeah, it's a curb key, exactly. And what you should do is get yourself one, because sometimes they might say to you, like, you're not allowed to have this water, and perhaps you're in a municipal environment. And the only thing really standing between you and water is this curb key thing. And they'll come and make a big deal, and they'll use their curb key to turn your shit off. But you can just go out when nobody's looking and turn your curb key back on. There's a way around all of it, man. Harbor Freight.
It's true.
Harbor Freight.
They exist. They exist.
I don't even want to get nuked, because I would tell you about some wild shit about how your electrical system works, but I don't want to get like a power surge from Central Hudson, because they listen. They got them new smart meters, bro. That's what those are for.
They're coming around putting those on everybody's houses right now. Did they get you too? They got me the other day. I got a new smart meter.
I could have opted out and paid more. They wanted me to pay $20 extra a month because somebody had to come read it.
I guess
I've never once seen a person read my meter.
I guess my hope is that they level out the way that they bill electricity, because they estimate a lot of your usage.
Allegedly, it now puts like direct control. Like, oh, there's an exact amount here.
Yeah.
I said, okay. They were wrong right off the
Susie
bat. They were like, we think you're using a lot of your fucking electricity from your hot water heater. And I was like, interesting, because it's a propane heater. So that's cool.
Old Mutt. So listen, the word on the street is that Opus is coming out with something that will do 240 probably by the end of 2025.
Some creative wiring, you can make that happen. If
I-
you got
don't-
two of them,
So you don't really want to. They're not something to be tampered with. Those batteries, I'd
those-
rather leave that to the professionals because that's a lot of juice, man.
don't those big ones though have the 30 amp like RV
They have
hookup?
a 30 amp, but it's not enough
It's not
to run.
240?
Correct. It's not enough to run a stick welder or something like that. And there's folks who want to run well pumps and things like that. And
You need one
I've
of those
been
big ones. Like I see guys around here have like the welding set up in those mechanics trucks. They call them. They
Yeah.
have like the.
They got the generator built into the back of the truck.
My homie I know who's a plumber. He has a small car engine. It's a 4-cylinder like car engine mounted. And he turned it. It's a generator. It powers the truck, and he's got whatever he needs off the thing.
Fantastic, man.
Fossil fuels are where you have to kind of at this point.
Half-ass. What's the price point on the ones that Anchor is running? That's a, when you get into these larger systems, you're getting into larger money, right? You can pick up the Exodus 1200 right now off of Amazon for like $315 with a coupon code. No bullshit.
They're doing killer-
1,200 watts of solar. So it's not solar; it's just a battery bank.
Yeah,
There's no solar included. You got to buy
Pick your
that
brand.
separate.
They're basically all doing it right now. It's like shit's
but
51% off.
As far
right now.
for the money right now, you cannot beat Opus. You can't beat them. They are priced to sell, hands down, and they stand behind their products. So if you have issues with them, and I have seen where folks have had issues with them because some folks don't quite understand the way they work, and it can lead to issues. So you have to understand what you're working with, use it properly, right? That's a big one. Use it properly. You don't want to try and overtax this thing and have those batteries heat up on you.
A stupid little 10 amp fuse blows out and you don't have another one.
Yeah.
Can't even use
Well,
it.
they're nice enough to ship an extra one when you get your unit, so that's always cool.
You got two, make them count. How many is
but-
two? One.
One, yeah, it's a one. So you got to be careful with things like that, but do your research, know your power needs, your consumption needs.
Does it got the outlets and the ports and plugs and stuff you want? Because at the end of the day, they're kind of
And the biggest thing is the right wattage.
right. They're all very similar. And in this case, I'm gonna go with get the biggest that you can. Okay, bigger is better here, and whatever the biggest one you can afford is get that. To the point of I'm gonna say this. Save up and I mean really get like if you're not going to enter the market for one of these things for what most of us are trying to use one for, you got to start like 1,500, but you really want 2,000, man, and you want to go ahead and fuck around and get those solar panels that charge it because okay, if you're going to spend that loot, might as well but you're some of these can go $3-4 grand.
Yeah, man.
That's tough. But it's what I would, if you're going to go this route, go big or don't. Don't buy like 100 fucking 300 watt ones. They kind of don't work. I have a 600 watt, 1200 max Opus.
Yep.
But it still can't even run my coffee pot.
No. Coffee pots, that's what I mean by knowing the wattage that you need, knowing your usage, right? If you're going to use a 1,500 watt hot plate, you don't want a 600 watt solar generator, right? Pilgrim says solar batteries start at 2,000 watts, in my opinion. I would agree. The bigger the better, man. If you could get a Mega 3, get it. If you can afford it, get it. If your budget only keeps you at a 1,200 watt one, get the 1,200 watt one.
At the end of the day, what I'm proposing is to just be patient and get the best system you can once, buy once, cry once, instead of like this overcomplicated thing where you have like 100 devices and you have to worry about all these different ways to charge it and all this fucking mad scientist shit you got going on. If you were stepping into it right now and had nothing.
Good to see you, Rum Runner.
If you're stepping into it right now, new player to the game, wait,
Research.
save up, research, and get a very good system right out of the gate, and don't fuck around with like a bunch of like mediocre bullshit.
Too many of the A-Team shows. Oh, man. Well, there's a lot of ways to weld. You can get around the generator and just short out that battery, But it's something to think about, man. If you can get into it, I would do it. I would do it. Opus is great because they have those extra batteries now. You can expand your system already off the Mega Series.
I mean, even Donald has like a surge protector and it's GFCI protected, if I'm interpreting him correctly.
That's huge, man. Gotta have it.
Have you seen the things I built in here with like the little electrical shit? We got USB fucking
Livingston
outlets,
man's like,
bro.
yeah, he's like an electrician. Not just USB outlets. Of course, the Livingston man buys
Hospital grade.
Yeah, so you need like two hands to unplug it.
Look at it. It fucking lights up at the end. Shit. Come on, man. I'd be fucking around with that kind of thing. The world gonna need us people that know how to do that stuff. And the more stuff you can school yourself to. Listen, let me tell you something.
Be indispensable. Be indispensable.
I'm not like some fucking great ass guy out here. I am not like, if you've seen my videos, I'm Guy Friday, Mr. Fix It, all right? I got to come out, figure out what's going on here, and I don't want to come back, and I don't want to do it again. But I will. And I was not born knowing any of it. Okay? It's quick Google searches or listening to your homie when he's talking about what he did, asking your friends. Google searches now. All right? I don't even need to tell you how much money you could save by having some basic tools in a bag
and a little bit of
and
knowledge.
A cell phone in your hand. And when something goes wrong, you ask Google why the fuck this shit don't work, and then Google tells you, and this transformation happens. It happened to me. I said, I don't fucking do that. I don't fucking know how to do that shit. Then about 10 minutes later, I got frustrated. The fuck, I don't know how to do that shit. I fucking went downstairs. I fucking did that shit.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, now I know how to do that shit. And I'd
Working
have to
on Prepper Book Club.
I'd have to call nobody. I'd have to wait on nobody. I didn't have to be inconvenienced or uncomfortable or perhaps in this case, I'm talking about my furnace wouldn't work.
Yeah.
What had happened, very simple thing, perhaps this happened to you. You ran your fuel tank for your furnace dry. And then when they put new fuel in it, there was an air hammer in there, and it wouldn't prime the pump, and it wouldn't light.
Yeah.
And I could have got an emergency call. They're going to come out, and what they would
charge your weekend rate.
And what this entails is for me to stay up all night until some emergency guy comes in. And what he's going to do is he's going to pull out a 10-millimeter wrench, and he's going to put it on this little knob, and he's going to run the pump until fuel comes out, and then he's going to shut that nut he just pulled.
Then you're going to be fine.
And I would have paid $250 for this. Instead, I went in my garage and I got a 10-millimeter socket because YouTube said to. And I did what YouTube guy said. And now I know how to prime my own furnace and not spend $250 and be cold.
Yeah. Johnny 308 says, yeah, it's called a bleeder valve.
Exactly.
But if you don't
know
this
that
stuff, if you haven't learned this stuff, you could be in a problem. It
catches fire. I'm afraid of it. I'm not doing that.
You ran low on oil. Right, and you got a little air pocket in there because you ran low and you had to make till payday to get more oil, and you got more oil, and now you got a little air pocket, and the furnace isn't firing. So the first thing you do is bleed it out.
Everybody's afraid of things that catch fire.
Devil Dog, I hope it's something foolish and easy fix, man. I hope it's just a leaky hose or something, bro. Best of luck, my friend.
I promise you that any problem in front of you, especially household-wise, anybody's going to be a homesteader or a bug-inner.
Oh, yeah. You better know.
You might want to learn
like
this. I'm going to call it how-to-house.
Okay.
You're going to deal with shit like tripped circuit breakers, clogged drains, maybe even like you might have to snake out your main line. Septic. Those of us living in the country, here's a thing we ain't thought of. Who going to pump our septics when this shit goes down, bro?
You're just going to have to shovel it out and call it fertilizer, Livingston.
You know what they used to do back in the day is they just dig a new one.
Rabid Coyote, I could not agree with that statement more, that knowledge is fine, but hands-on experience you cannot beat.
Sure.
Amen.
And you know what? Experience is not something that you can like soak up from reading. You have to go and do it. You got to do it wrong. You got to not do it good. Eddie Van Halen sucked. First time he picked up a guitar, okay? Everybody sucked. Like Tom Brady couldn't throw a football.
Corso.
Nobody could do that. You suck at first,
Don't
bro.
do what King Corso said.
One in the chat, you was born knowing how to do something besides breathe or eat.
Yeah. Breathe, I guess. Well, actually, they had to slap me to get me to breathe. I didn't even want to do that.
I slapped the doctor.
Oh, man.
I didn't like his attitude. Yeah,
It's true, though. It's true. I mean,
I was chilling in there.
the more you know how to do, the more valuable you're going to be.
Sometimes you got to say
Regardless of
my
the
famous
situation.
last words are, and I say this every single time I do
Thank
something
you,
I've
coffee.
never done before. What I say is, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Yeah.
After I pissed and moaned about it for a half hour, got out of my system, and I'm like, so they're like, so you're not doing that? I'm like, no, I'm fucking doing it. Let's go. Don't be afraid. You're gonna have to. Something's gonna fall on you one day, and you're gonna have to do it. And another catchphrase that I often say to Mrs. Livingston, I'm sure she hates it, is I really don't want to fucking do this right now, but you know what? I do shit I don't want to do all the time, so this is not new to me.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to do it.
Doesn't mean you don't have to. That's true. I do shit I don't want to do every
In
day.
my case, it doesn't mean I never said I'm not doing it. I just said I fucking hate it. And
Henry
then you
Stitcher
do.
says 3 hurricanes and a series of devastating thunderstorms. Tough. Taught me more than I thought I knew. I'm sure, man. You got to be resourceful.
Vagina will make a man do a lot of shit he don't want to do.
Johnny 3.
I'm pretty sure I know who that is, right? It's got to be Johnny Preps, isn't it?
Nope. No,
Different
sir.
guy?
No, different guy. Yeah.
Same
different
attitude,
guy.
though. One in the chat, he was born known. I don't see no ones in the chat. Exactly.
No,
Prove my point.
Eric gave the 0.
Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. In fact, might be the greatest thing.
That's where you learn, man. Outside of your comfort zone.
What's the matter? Are you going to fail? If you're here, you have failed already, okay? So it
Well,
doesn't
thanks for
mean
the
that that's
confidence boost, Livingston, man.
I only accept failure. So you never did anything wrong in your life?
Oh no, bro! I am nothing.
I have nothing to relate to you
I am
about.
nothing but fuck ups stitched together.
Right. If somebody that never failed their
Yeah.
life sounds like nepotism. That sounds like privilege.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you not fail? Like you gotta
You and your silver spoon.
School of Hard Knocks and all those stupid metaphors they use, but
Oh, Donald's watching Con Air free tonight on YouTube. Right
hell
on,
yeah, dude, I
Donald.
love that movie. Oh, the agent lost his bladder in the airplane. Nothing made me sadder than.
Scott Hummer says Livingston Man equals Downer Dave.
What'd I
That's a
do?
real Dave move, Dave.
If you ain't failed, so you never made any enemies, you never pissed nobody off, so you did nothing then in your whole life.
I'm sure I pissed plenty of people off.
I mean, you can go ahead and try to if that's your bag, but I mean,
I've pissed people off at my events.
there's people that can skate through, and they're like these glad-handed sort of floater people that can
Just skate through life.
right, but they're vapid though. They don't really stand for anything.
They're NPCs.
Yes, and what you don't want to do. I've been
Road
accused.
rage on 684.
Yardbirds himself has leveled allegations of main character syndrome at me. And I said, well, yeah, who the fuck? Of course you would say that, you fucking NPC. Like,
Devil Dog says I only piss off at
is
coffee
my game.
first, then speak.
this is my game.
But
playing
seriously, Devil Dog, I hope it's a simple fix, man. Step 1, turn the water off to the washer and hope there's no more water coming out, because then you did it.
440 breaker.
Yeah, Eric had a little
Three-phase?
he had a little incident. TDDR, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in tonight. We all gonna die Wednesday. I piss my father-in-law off all the time. Wife hates it. I get along really good with my in-laws. They're good people. Good people.
I come from a real small family. Actually, my in-law family is way bigger than my side.
Indeed, mine is the same way. My in-laws, very large family, and great people, man. That's where I learned. My family kind of fell apart when I was young, on my mom's side, my dad's side, and I learned family from my wife's family, which they always treated me like a new child to the family, you know. Very cool. Rip Curl Readiness, good to see you, brother. Rip Curl, it will indeed get better, my friend. That much I promise you. It will get better.
You know what we could do?
Blackbird says, if you never do anything wrong, you're not doing anything, is what my grandfather used to say.
So how else could you possibly learn? And when I try to teach people things, which still never works out, and I let them just bang their thumb or I don't fuck it up. But what I try to do is, like, when I'm explaining, like, how you do something, I try to include why we're doing it that way, because and I'll fuck it up, like, because if you do this is what happens. Right.
He's like that electrical guy on Facebook that keeps electrocuting himself. That guy's hilarious.
Touch it.
Man. Yeah.
Go ahead, touch that right there. That's what'll happen. So, you know, how many times you been electrocuted in life? I bet I get them all the time. I love it. It's like Red Bull. I'm like,
a few. The last one was a good one. I thought I got stung by a bee, and then I went back to do the same thing again, and the bee got me again. Yeah, I was on a metal ladder. I was painting, right? And there was an exterior light socket that was not yet installed, and the wire nut must have fallen off. And I wasn't paying attention. I had sweaty arms painting in the sun, and came by, my arm brushed against that black, and oh yeah, and then I did it again just to be sure.
It's so weird.
It goes like, right through the elbow and everything.
Yeah, it feels like magnetic, and you got to like.
It reverse magnetism. It just pushes you away real fast.
I get them in my fingers all the time from touching switches and outlets and whatnot. And it's like, God damn it.
Well put, Henry Stitcher.
Coldest. Another little tool you might want to put in your stuff, even if you're not an electrician, but they have the contactless voltage testers.
Oh yeah, we call them beep beep beep, right? Just to know if it's hot. Yeah.
This can help you in it literally is there power?
Yeah.
Beep 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 beep. I'll tell you, yes, there is.
Yeah. And then there's the outlet tester that you just plug in, and a series of lights will come on and tell you if it's wired correctly or something's wrong with the circuit.
Now, in this post-code era we're going to find ourselves in, correctly is
Does
subjective.
It work? Yeah. Does it work?
We don't have
Are the wires melting?
Yeah, what you don't want.
You're doing okay.
Is this,
if you answered no, you're doing all right.
If beep 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 said it's got power and the breaker's not tripped, you're probably good.
Ooh, Tuck by V says, I got knocked unconscious because my boss at this greasy pizza joint decided he was a master electrician one morning. 220 to my lower leg. Ooh,
those are fucking, they're a little snappy. I got a 220 once.
That stuff is smart, man.
It's the amps that get you, really. And 220s are generally...
So how does it work again, Livingston Man? You described it for me one day like a river. And you said... I was trying to think about it the other day, and I couldn't come up with the analogy that you used, and it was so perfect.
Try and follow me here, but volts are the water.
Okay.
Amps are the current.
Okay. And wattage is the width of the river?
Yes, and how far like it can go. It's volume. It's how deep the river is.
Okay. Gotcha. New York Redneck, what's good, my brother? Yeah, so that's a really good analogy, because amps is the current of the river, how much it's raging.
How much
so
power
the higher the
push.
amperage, the more it's going to grab.
Let's call it horsepower. Yeah, it's
old mutt.
There's been a couple of people in history that ever actually understood what fucking electricity really is. And it's
Nikolai Tesla.
And probably only
Edison
him.
and Elon Musk.
I don't think Elon Musk knows that fuck all about it.
No, but he's probably got somebody who works for him.
Yeah, some 20-year-old kid that is chained to a floor that knows how to do this shit.
Happy 40th birthday, New York Redneck. Young man, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I'm going to go grab a beer for him.
Happy birthday. See that? He's going to go get a beer for you. DC will grab you and hold you accountable and toss you like a rag doll. Henry Stitcher, yes. One thing that I learned during ham radio class is you never, ever touch a radio antenna. The amount of power that goes through those things will kill you, and you will grab a hold of it and not be able to let go. I watched a guy cook a hot dog, and when the hot dog touches the tower, You can literally hear the AM station coming out of the air. No speaker, just the hot dog on a stick, and it just melts it. It's truly disgusting. So don't ever touch a radio tower. That's bad news. I like to lick service panels clean, Robbie.
I touched the service panel once. I only got one phase of it though, but I barely touched the damn. I was like, ooh, I like straight off the meter, like pole, man. Unfiltered, bro. I felt like ecstatic. I was extremely motivated.
Folks, is how you charge a Livingston, man.
Quick charge.
Yeah, I hope you had a good birthday dinner, Redneck. That's good shit, man. Where'd you go? Italian place? Got to be an Italian place, right? Or did you go for the Mexican food for your birthday? That way you can punish yourself the next day, too.
I took like the dust at the bottom of a Doritos bag today. I dumped it in a bowl like cereal. Oh, and then I put all this like taco ground beef meat on top of it with cheese and sour cream, and put some like roja on top of there. Bruh, feeling it.
Ooh, the Oak Chalet German AF.
Tell me you had the stroganoff. I would have.
Bratwurst for the win.
You know, bratwurst is so much more, for me as an American. Bratwurst is a barbecue food. I'll be grilling that out. Excuse me, I don't mean to say barbecue. I know people get offended. Grilling. I grill on my Weber's and I put the bratwurst on there.
People get offended when you say barbecue?
Well, they're different. I'm
going to say barbecue every fucking day now.
Barbecue barbecue as an event is one thing, but barbecue as cooking is different. It's not the same. It's like crock pot outside, slow cooking.
Livingston, man, I do.
No, it's smoking, though.
I do have a large brisket that needs smoking. I bought this quarter cow, right?
Just going to do the whole thing?
Well, it's a monster brisket. Not the whole cow, but I got to do this brisket up, so I'm going to need supervision because it's going to take a long time. And it's like this big, and I definitely can't eat it all, so I'm gonna have to bring the people too, because that's a lot of fucking brisket, man. That's a lot of brisket, and I got to be honest with you. I've smoked one brisket, and I was not impressed with myself, so I have to up my brisket smoking game.
I couldn't find a rolling paper big enough to get around it.
Yeah, parchment paper.
I was supposed to smoke that. It wouldn't light. It's like this thing just keeps boating. Like this sucks.
New York Redneck.
When are you guys smoking
I have a place for you.
It?
I have a place for you. Send me a message, buddy. I'll let you know where to go. My freezer's jam packed, but I know where you can get a quarter cow, really inexpensive, and they'll fill about a 3x3 freezer, one of the smaller ones. A quarter will fill up one of those, but definitely worth it. I promise. Some of the best beef I've ever had. Prepper Book Club says smoke brisket, not meth. Hey, that's the advice we're gonna leave everybody.
The problem is it's so moist, and when I try to it won't burn. Prepper Book Club. So how am I supposed to smoke this shit? It won't.
You need a torch lighter, bro.
Should I dehydrate it first? Is that the key? Imagine that. Yo, we smoking bouillon cubes. Next live stream, we're gonna try it out.
You go right ahead,
I'm gonna
bro. Smoke a bouillon cube. You're going beef or chicken, bro. Come on,
bro. Character. I was gonna do it too. I might. It's probably good.
Yeah.
Through the water.
Bet you clean you right the fuck out.
Through the water pipe. Oh man. Through the water pipe. Imagine clearing that shit.
Oh, Coffee First and Speak says my freezer throws shit at you when you open it.
Oh man, it's gonna be good. I don't know which one to pick. Is chicken or beef? Pork? No, not the pork. Man, I ain't smoking no pork, bro.
You can get botulism that way.
From the what? The pork
the
dust?
uncooked pork dust.
It's just pork dust. They sweep it up off the floor.
Dust. Better put Livingston Man on a leash. Well, if he comes to Ohio.
You can't. The problem is it's hard to find a collar that fits. I have an 18.5-inch neck, so when I try to find a dress shirt, they're like, they make it like this 30XL, and I'm like, I'm not a fat guy. I just have a big neck. Like,
Those people who fix those are called tailors.
Mrs. Livingston likes to say that she would choke me to death, but she can't fit her hands around my neck.
She's got little hands.
I have a giant neck. You all have little hands compared to my neck, bro. Can't do it.
All neck. This
Strong.
Guy. He does head muscles every day.
From
If you bring Livingston Man to Ohio, will he disappear?
No, Ohio will. Don't test it. I'll call Donald Trump. I'll be like, we need to fuck this place up.
No more national champs.
You thought Gaza was bad? Wait till I see what I do to fucking Dayton, bro.
Wally Martinez.
Nothing but rubble.
Johnny says Mrs. Livingston needs to learn what a zip tie is.
They don't make them big enough.
Do they make flea collars that big? Ohio ain't going anywhere, said Devil Dog.
Give me a Seresto.
That's right. Pig cook in the ground, 4th of July. Are you in? Kane Corso, I travel on the 4th of July every year. I'm always on the go on the 4th of July. So unfortunately, I will be with the in-laws wherever they will be at. That's my thing I do every year. It's like Christmas for us during the summer.
I mean, Mrs. Livingston never said she couldn't choke me to death. She just stated she couldn't do it with her hands. So I didn't press the issue. I didn't further the line of questioning. Dayton was real. Yeah, exactly.
Rip curl readiness. All you got to do is turn the switch off, bro. Turn the switch off, turn the breaker off. And then it's a little less nerve-wracking, I find, anyway. That's what the beep, beep, beep does really well. You know, you can hear beep, 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 and then you go over the switch, and you hit the switch, and then you go back, and there's no beep, 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 then it's safe to go.
What happened, it's like, so I'm like, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, I look behind me, I'm like, and then...
He's out of
See
control.
how hot it really is.
He's out of control.
Well, we're over time now, so you guys are getting paid time and a half.
That's it. This is
so
free.
We're getting paid time and a half now, boss, right? YouTube has kicked in overtime hours for us.
You
right?
know what YouTube doesn't do? Is any fucking thing for us. If it wasn't for you guys,
It auto scrolls.
It really.
I'm like, Rumble, piece of shit.
Oh man, Rumble's rough. Rumble is rough. The amount of technical difficulties that we had last night, just connecting the three of us. It was the roaming prepper, it was Devil Dog, and it was us sitting here together. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
It couldn't do it.
I had a really, really tough time. Rum Runner, did I get my truck back? Yes, but I had to bring it back again. So it is currently back at the dealership, getting its thing done.
It's just unhinged. Erotic fixation? Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, we got safe words.
Yeah, Colleen said the belt would work.
I don't even use them. I've coded like 7 times. Like I've like, who did this to you? I'm like, yeah, I ain't no snitch.
I wear a 40 cal suit when throwing 416 breakers. Just a little nerve-wracking. Holy shit, Devil Dog. Wow. They don't build them like they used to. Eric, thank you. Really appreciate it. It's not, it's not the low on funds thing. It's the stifling that that YouTube does to creators. I don't know why they do it. It's not in their best interest. I had a real good talk with Prepper Now tonight about that and about a lot of other things. And it sucks, man. It sucks, especially when you can literally see the evidence of them tampering with shit in the algorithms that they use to tamper with your shit.
They're pushing, a grander scheme here, really.
Yeah, well, apparently so, but it sucks, man.
We don't say the right things.
700 videos
we don't
over
say the right
4
things.
years.
We don't toe the line. We don't.
Yeah, I guess if you step out of the magic line and you say those keywords that everybody's afraid to say, you say those keywords, this is the punishment that you get.
It's more like that. We're the grassroots underground that's tootling around the back roads while, there's other people that are
on the 4-lane highway.
It's stuck, and they're stuck in traffic just the same.
Yeah.
I never came here, not just to your channel, but even to YouTube itself, to social media at all, to ever think that like I would like make money.
No. But it would be
a
nice.
star.
You know what? It's not the money. It's the stifled growth. You know what I mean?
But yes,
that's what really hits me in the guts is that I knew if we were just organic alone,
playing a rigged game against cheaters,
the channel would grow exponentially.
It's like it's a public lobby with a bunch of griefers in here.
Prepper Now and I started our channels within a month or two of each other. And the difference is staggering between his and ours. And he is throttled more than I've seen anybody else aside from myself.
The New York redneck. I came to social media to punish the human race. Honestly, I said, okay, fine. I've never sent a friend request in my fucking
Rum
life.
Runner, thank you so much, man.
And anybody that
Appreciate
dares
you.
send me a friend request, it's granted, and I say, welcome to the shit show. Okay, you asked for this.
The Instagrams, the Facebooks, they've been clamping down on me for absolutely ever, and I get it. I post some edgy shit, especially on Instagram. That one probably got me in trouble because it's me.
I served like 5.5 years in Facebook prison, bro. I'm rehabilitated.
Hilarious.
You know what? They put me through the re-education. Now I know how to say exactly the same shit, but not the same. And it still is the same, but it's different. Now I don't get banned for 30 days at a clip. Used to be, they fuck you over. We were talking about this the other night. They'd take you off of Messenger and everything. You couldn't communicate.
You couldn't talk to anybody. You're excommunicado.
Ban hammer. You watching all the homies in the group chat having a grand old time sharing memes and shit. And you're sitting there like, I'm ghosting
I could
shit.
look at your meme and cry.
Y'all be like, I feel like the ghost of the Livingston man is here. I'm like, I am. It's like, you cannot send messages. Fuck. I hate this shit. Here comes my 13th alternate account.
It's true. There have been many Livingston men accounts throughout the years. I one Facebook account permanently banned forever.
Yeah, that's me. My actual
permanently banned forever.
My actual persona.
That one hurt though, man. I lost like
persona non grata on Facebook.
You know the pictures you take of your kids when they're little and you post them on Facebook and yada yada yada, and you can go back and see those. Those are all gone for me. They're gone. You know, cell phones passed. You'll never get those back. They're gone forever. Sucks. Banned and deleted the whole entire account. They excommunicated me like I didn't exist.
Persona non grata, they call that. And just. You guys, this is a 3-minute warning, and then we're going to really cut this shit off. We're going to give you 15 minutes of
bonus
overtime on this one. Can I, my original, like my little topic I shot at you, finally?
Please.
Right. So I had posited to Mike. We didn't really know what we were going to talk about. We ended up on tools, which ended up being a really great conversation. I loved it. Yeah. I think this whole entire conversation was great, as a matter of fact. But
for sure.
The thing was, okay, so SHTF has occurred, the power's out. Or, you know, all you got's your little jackeries and your Opus and whatever else you got.
Okay.
But there's no internet, there's no TV, there's no radio, there's no nothing.
Oh.
How do you, what will you do to entertain yourself? Keep your mind like at ease to, you know, get your little escape. I mean, it's so easy to doom scroll and to put yourself
So what's going to
elsewhere.
occupy that time when it's all gone? Huh?
What would you do then? Of course, I don't mean like hard work. I'll be busy, you know, mucking the stalls and doing all this. I mean, like, no, what are you going to actually do for like your take care of head scenario? What I came up with is
feeling that metal. That's a good one.
So there's things that humans have done throughout their history that have
Grateful
occupied.
perhaps I'm with it.
Music, for one.
Yeah, man, that's going to be huge. If
Since
somebody can play an instrument,
and that's so far as so far back as just banging on drums and barrels or doing whatever drum circles, and maybe somebody has an acoustic guitar that like is unaffected by
TV
the EMP.
books.
Right
on, Rob B.
I assume that people would learn.
Betty Lou, you got it.
Yes, lean toward board games and books because they're again EMP proof.
Yeah, man.
Books are an especially great tool to use to fucking escape, bro. You're gonna do a good book, you ain't even there. somebody can be talking to you directly in your face.
You don't even hear 'em, yeah.
It's like hallucinating because there's words on a piece of paper. Think about this kind of stuff too. Like, of course, we all love to think that, like I said, we're going to be out there mucking the stalls and doing the work and shooting the enemies.
Just got to tune it down. Different Yardbirds. You break a string, you just got to tune different. And I've seen people play some jams on a 3-string broken ass guitar. No exaggeration.
Malcolm Young from AC/DC played with 4. Keith Richards uses 5.
Cards, can, and cook. Right on.
Guitar strings are, arguably all about your precious metals, right? My guitar strings are made out of like nickel and bronze and copper.
Yeah.
If you're a real guitarist, you have
Demon
extras.
Don, good to see you.
If you use Elixir guitar strings,
they don't break so easy.
And they never wear out. They have Gore-Tex on them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They didn't pay me to say that. I pay them because their strings last forever. But I'll say I love that. I knew everybody would say books. Easiest thing to do.
That's how you end up needing a delivery room in SHTF.
And I also assume that some folks would come up with like doing their crafting thing. Like again, like maybe you're gonna go out to your little wood shop and like make stuff, bushcraft, but more of a more of a homestead, a home craft, I guess.
Absolutely,
like,
things that you need there. You don't need to make things for. I suppose you can keep Christmas alive and make gifts for everybody. There's a lot there, man. There's a lot there. There's a lot of things that you can do to occupy your time. I love the board games. I love cards. I love dice. That's another good idea.
Gambling, of course, that comes right up. You just shoot dice and flip dominoes.
Once it's SHTF, you're like literally gambling with cigarettes,
and ammunition.
Yeah. That's a big one. TRDR says I got a delivery kit for a baby. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, when you have DR in your name, you gotta cover all your bases. Super important, man. Super important.
Yardbirds, actually, I'm like Guitar George. I know all the chords.
All of them. Rob B says, can't do card games. See, that's it. Each their own. Go pick up something like Cards Against Humanity. Pick up something that's going to bring out humor in people and have a good time, because it's going to be a stressful time. So anything that can bring about laughs or giggles or thoughts of a better time is going to be super beneficial for everybody, I think. But I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, man. I really appreciate you guys being here. We got some extra time in tonight, Livingston. We all gonna die Wednesday. We made it through another one. That's 112 in the books.
I'll send the bill for this extra 17 minutes here.
Hey, Rum Runner and Eric N1 RV paid the overages tonight. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you for all your donations. Thank you for being here. Smash that like button.
Yardbird, stay tuned. I'm going to play the 4th chord in my next video. It'll be fun.
Share this live stream. That's how we find new people. That's how the channel grows. That's how the community grows. And we can add some more great folks here to the chat. Really appreciate y'all being here. Stay safe. Have a great night. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival. Out of here.
Livingston, roll that beautiful bean footage.